Hello everyone, welcome back to this episode of Bitcoin Trade. And um, I saw something very interesting. I saw an article. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on. Let me see here. Oh, okay, right here. Crypto coin news. Malfunctioning Bitcoin trader bot causes extreme high volume in Bitcoin exchange Bitsy. So I read that and I said, "Wow, that's really strange." And looks like it's still going on because now this is Bitfin here, but if you look at the volume right here, look at it. See the volume? It barely reaches whatever 10,000, whatever that is. Now when I go to Bitsy, and I want you to take a note. Look at this price. Bitsy is par to Bitstamp, higher than Bitfin. Chinese exchange looks like it's a little bit higher. But when I see Bitsy being par with Bitstamp, I see downturn. That's what I've noticed. So anyways, I'm going to go in here. Let's go on Bitsy here, and I'm going to do a 12-hour. And look how this is so bizarre. I haven't looked at this in a long time, but you got the flash crash going down to what, 309. But look at the volume on here. And now look at this volume just for these two candlesticks. This is ridiculous. So apparently there's some trading going on, and I've been watching it, and it's so weird to see it just go back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth like that. And it was doing that. It's getting kind of normal, I guess, but still back and forth, back and forth. Anyways, the price has gone up now, so I want to do this quick chart analysis here because now Bitsy is higher than Bitstamp, Bitfin. Getting close to the Chinese money as far as conversion into the US dollars, but when I see that, that's usually an indication of downturn. But there seems to be unusual trading activity on Bitsy. That might be a cause, but even if I didn't know, I mean, I've always seen, or it just seems to be, whenever Bitsy is pared up or becomes a higher in price of these three majors, it's typically a sign that there's some selling pressure that's going to occur, or is occurring right now. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't seen dramatic price drop. Not as much as what I've seen so far, but again, give it a couple days and we'll see what happens. And as far as I can tell, there is downward pressure because none of the newer highs is higher than the previous highs. And matter of fact, the lows are starting to show to be lower than the previous lows. And as you see right here, what I'm talking about is none of the highs is higher than the previous high, other than maybe right here when it kind of broke. But again, I mentioned this resistance here on this average line, and so if it's not able to, get a higher high, it's not an uptrend. It's just a bounce back from the oversell. But it looks like it's some selling's going on, and it might go on for a while. There's a lot of things going on. Miners gotta sell. They got expenses, and I kind of discussed in my previous episode what I think is going to happen with the whole mining operations. The nodes that are going to be there. There's only going to be one node. After everything's said and done, there's only going to be one node still in operation, and that's where that's where you all need to go. You need to go to that one node. If anyways, this is just a quick chart analysis here. I just wanted to mention that because I read that article, and let me go over some of the other articles as well. And this is a CoinDesk here, and here they talk about 5 U.S. states poised to promote Bitcoin-friendly regulation, and the first state they mention is obviously Texas. And you all, if you see my previous episodes, you pretty much know how I feel about that. I'm a little biased. I'm heavily biased on the subject. It is my belief, and I guess I'm gonna make it so that Texas will be the new capital. That state will be the new capital, and Houston the city will be the new capital. So, and I'm gonna make it real. I'm talking to people, and I'm gonna make this real. I don't care I really don't care about anybody else, what they all think. I have a specific goal in mind. I have an objective to achieve, and anyone or any entity, any initiative, any ballot, any candidate that comes on the scene and tries to restrict any use or tries to restrict any of my rights, my absolute rights, you're gonna get mowed down. You're gonna get shot down. You're not even gonna get a chance to go up to the microphone or the pulpit or what do they call it? Or not even a chance to go up to the ballot. Not even get a chance to go onto the floor. And I'm sure that also there's going to be people on the inside. And if you do happen to make it, if you're lucky enough to make it through all that, I'm going to make your political life miserable, because I'm going to have people on the inside attacking you every day. Every day they will be attacking you. They're going to go into your history. They're going to attack your character. You're going to have assassins. They're going to politically assassinate you. Whatever it takes to get you out, because whoever tries to infringe on any of my rights, they're a terrorist. And you pose an imminent danger to cause the use of deadly force. All right. And so, of course, I'm really biased. Okay, as you can tell. But Texas is #1 on this list, and well, of course, I would agree with that. And then let's scroll down and let's see what else they have showing here. New Mexico. I haven't considered New Mexico, but if that state accepts Bitcoins, all right, allows the free use, all right, absolute free will, the use of Bitcoins, I'll be watching over you. I could be anywhere. I could be anybody. I could be at any place. And New Mexico. I'll watch New Mexico. I'll see what happens. And of course, New Hampshire. I've heard a lot about New Hampshire. The only thing I'm a little confused about, I'm not sure. I could check, but each state has their own reciprocity. To be reciprocal with, let me see, carrying a firearm. And I noticed that although Texas will accept, and it seems like to me, Texas will accept any state license to carry and conceal. If you got a license, you can definitely come to my state. You're welcome in my state anytime. But I checked on New Hampshire, and I don't know if it's. I don't think we're reciprocal. It seems like it's just unilateral. In other words, we'll accept yours, but you're not going to accept ours. So for me, that needs to change. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I know definitely New York will not. I know definitely Chicago will, or not Chicago, Illinois will not. Which I want that to change. Um, I want that to change in New York as well. So, but I'm not sure about New Hampshire. Actually, I have to look it up. When you get up to the New England states, they get kind of weird. But anyways, I've never been to New Hampshire. Maybe I should go see what it's all about. Where's the other one? California. This is so ironic. California has by far the most Bitcoin jobs, Bitcoin related jobs. But yet, I really don't think California will have that integral part in any actual relevance with some of the things that I'm doing. Even though there are so many people who may use Bitcoin over there, or Bitcoin related jobs, it just doesn't seem like there's really any Bitcoin use going on in that state other than merchants or merchant processing. So I find that a little interesting, but maybe they'll come around. It's not, they don't always have to be the leader in making regulations and laws that don't necessarily apply to everybody. But anyways, it's good to see that they're considered. And then Colorado. Now Colorado is not really high on my priority list. But if they do allow the absolute free use of Bitcoin, I'll be there. It's not for me to refuse anyone or impose my will on anyone, but if they allow the absolute free use, I will be there. And I'll do the same over there. Wherever whatever state, wherever place that allows the free use, I'll be there. I probably won't have to worry about all you. I'll also be in the place where there's an attempt to restrict the use of Bitcoins, and I'll be coming, and I'll be bearing arms, my left arm and my right arm, and yeah, I'm not going to allow any initiative, any ballot, any candidate to get even close into office that wants to restrict the use of Bitcoins. You'll never make it. You'll never make it to the podium. The ballot initiative will never make it on the floor. I'm gonna see to it that it doesn't. And if it does, I'm gonna have people on the inside making sure that it'll never become law. Never. And so even if they don't accept Bitcoins, I'm still going to be in those states. Let me see what else they have here. Any other? No, that's it. That's it. And so so they mentioned Texas. New Mexico is right here, which is close to Texas. So I would definitely pull New Mexico in this whole region. I wouldn't even say Oklahoma. Matter of fact, if you ask me what states it's good, I have some kind of indication of where what states are going to allow the free use of Bitcoins. Okay, and basically it's going to be all these states. It's going to stop around Virginia and West Virginia. Is there an East Virginia? Virginia and West Virginia, I think. Anyways, it's going to be around here, then it's going to kind of curb up here a little bit, and this is kind of where you start seeing some resistance in these states right here. This little block state, right? Basically New York going on up, and then anything surrounded New York. This is where you're going to see some resistance. Over here, it's pretty much clear. Chicago is a turning point, but not Chicago, Illinois is a turning point, but it's going to fall to Bitcoin. And so Illinois, all these states up here, and then you're going to start seeing a little resistance right when you get right around here, and some parts of Nevada, maybe even Arizona, but definitely where I'm going to be seeing resistance is probably, believe it or not, is going to be California, Portland, Oregon, and then Washington. These are, I think you're going to start seeing some resistance here in the free use of Bitcoins. That may surprise you to hear me say that, especially in California, but I'm already in California, and so I'm not really worried about California, but California is very different. They are different. I understand you guys. I used to live there, so this may be a place of contention, but I know the resistance is mostly around New York and the New England states here. Otherwise, all this in the middle up here, all the way through here, down here, all the way to the south, all the way to New Mexico. I don't know about Arizona, but I'm pretty sure they'll fall into Bitcoin. This is a majority of where you're going to get free use of Bitcoins, in my opinion. The only place that's going to be resistance are, believe it or not, the Northeast and then the Western states. Although these are some of the very states in which you would think Bitcoin would thrive, but I don't think it's going to be that way. It's going to be a place where you're going to be battling. Those are the places where the battles are going to be happening, in my opinion. So, anyways, and let's go. Let me see if there's any other good tidbit news here. Nothing here really. But this is a great article here. This one right here, and yeah, there's something strange going on at Bitsy. You know, I do still trade on Bitsy, but I only trade when the price pairs up. So I might start trading some, because I know it usually falls in on a lower price range. But see, look at Bitsy is paired up with Bitstamp. Bitfin is now dropping in price. The Chinese is maintaining a price, and so I'm starting to see a downturn now. I'm starting to see the downturn. So it's turning down, which you know, it is what it is. For me, it's an opportunity to buy at a lower price, and that's what I've done. I actually bought some at lower prices than what they were in the last few days. And if it keeps going down, it's just a better opportunity to get Bitcoins at a lower price. And you know, that's the whole thing about trading. And you can't be afraid to buy in when the price is going down. Matter of fact, for me, that's a great time to be buying, because people will start panicking, and I'll buy it if I have the funds to buy it. I will buy it. I don't have a problem with that. That's what I look for. I look for discounts. I look for price falling. I think that's wonderful. For some of you, you may think that's crazy, but falling prices is music to my ears. It literally is. So anyway, that's a quick analysis of the chart and some of the price action that's going on. I wanted to share that with you, so this time at least you could hear me say, so look, it's actually higher than Bitstamp now, and so it's getting close. I think by the time the Chinese wake up and realize what's happened, then you're going to start seeing this Chinese money start to fall as well. And so things are happening here, and it looks like they're towards the downside pressure. So it looks like it couldn't cross over, and you're seeing it start to fall. So on the BitC, it's hard to tell because all this weird nonsense. Um, it's hard for me to trade on BitC because the only time I really want to trade is when it pairs up or it gets higher than all these other exchanges. But at the same time, that's when I know the prices are going down. So it's like it's hard to, you know, it's hard to put some trades in on BitC when you know the price is going down. It's like you really don't want to. But sometimes there's rare occasions where they'll even out, and then the price goes back up, and you'll see BitC falling lower in price, and all these are going up. And that's kind of where you can perform some kind of arbitrage. But then again, it's hard to do it through the exchanges. Not impossible, but just however you feel. But what it does do, if people you're using this price for their peer-to-peer trades, this has now put you up at a higher price than if you use Bitfin as a price or even a Bitstamp at a price. Now people who are going off of these prices are going to be selling just because their prices are lower. And so in a downturn, that's what happens. When it starts going down, people who are basing their price off of BitC don't sell as much. People who are selling their prices off of these exchanges are going to be selling more. If that makes sense, because the prices are lower. And if you trade on those exchanges, then you know that getting your bitcoins in and out, or maybe your money, could be easier than BitC. Maybe, I'm not sure. In any case, it is what it is, and that's my analysis. So there you go. So anyways, I'm getting to the end of this episode. Feel free to comment, like, dislike, or even do a video response. Until next time, stay tuned.